Welcome to the League of Free Worlds Information System.
Hey, howdy YouTube. Welcome to another TonyBlue Plays. This is one of my all-time...
Select desired option.
I'm on it. This is one of my all-time favorite games, you guys. This is Colony Wars for the PS1. It is a space action shooter. It's awesome. Everything about it is great. You should get this. So basically, once again, we were talking about last episode different how I had played, you know, a billion rounds of Jumping Flash. This game completely supersedes that in terms of how many times I've played this. Yeah, I don't even know how to describe how awesome this game is, but I'm gonna leap in a little late into the game to kind of give you guys a better, because it starts out a bit slow, which is okay, but it's definitely one of those situations where, all right, well, let's kick things up a little bit. So let's see here, what's a good? Oh, all right, this one's great.
Navy activity.
So basically, you play as the League of Free Worlds against the Navy, and that's pretty much all you need to know. The Navy has constructed a super weapon known as a Super Titan, which is a massive destroyer-class ship, and it's closing in closer and closer to Earth. So obviously, you have to stop them. What's great about this game is just the sense of presentation. This game is one of the most cinematic things I've ever played. So normally you have, well, not normally, you always have different types of weapons. So we have a plasma cannon here. It's very slow, definitely made for attacking cruisers. You have this EMP gun. I love this thing because this actually disables systems. So this guy can't shoot, nor can he fly. So I can just destroy him. Boom. Of course, you got a couple different... I always play in chase. I'm not a big cockpit fan. I always find it really disorienting, and that's for anything. Driving games, I never play in cockpit. I like the sense of awareness in terms of being able to actually look around. Alright, so this is what I wanted to show. We got big old cruiser ship coming through here that we gotta take out. So, the first time I played this all looked amazing. I think it still holds up really well. But just the sense of scale that you get. I mean, look at the size of that thing. That thing is insane. And you felt like you were, you know, in Star Wars or Star Trek. Like, you felt like you were part of this massive battle. And, you know, looking at it now, okay, maybe there's not as much going on as I thought there was, but I was really impressed that there were, you know, a bunch of, you know, like, you got this guy flying around, and he'll shoot at these guys, you know, like everything felt like you were just kind of trapped in the middle of this huge amount of chaos. And no other game has really come close to that in terms of effectiveness. Like, this was the first time playing a game that I really felt that. Other games have done a really good job with that, but this was definitely the first for me. This was kind of, as a kid, this game was the one that said, okay, you know what? We're in something new here. Things have changed. And I know I'm not... So when they give you that EMP weapon, you can disable these guys, and it makes it a little bit easier. So I know it's not super entertaining to watch. That said, this was the part that sold me. Once I get it. Here we go. That is so awesome! God, that's so cool! These huge, these giant explosions, and it wasn't lame like a bunch of fire. It's like, no, that ship, that thing that you were just shooting at, that's now in pieces, and you see that sucker fall apart completely, and I absolutely love that. That's still exciting. I love the like the brief moment beforehand of just light shooting throughout all the hull and seeing the individual pieces as they start to break. It's, God, it's so cool.
This is battle platform. Gelania warp hole successfully closed.
Also,
Titan has been crushed.
that's great.
Clear surrounding area of enemy.
So the whole point of this mission was to close the wormhole, which happens once you clear the area of that cruiser and the fighters that show up with it. But I love the storytelling that they do there, in that you actually have no idea what just came through that thing. All you know is that sucker was massive. And it even says, you know, Navy Titan. And it's like, oh man, what is that going to be like if I have to face one of those? And just getting that quick glimpse just made it very exciting for what was to come in the rest of the game.
Surrounding area clear. Well done, mission complete. Come back on board.
Docking sequence initiated.
And back home we go. Alright, I'm going to do one more level here. Again, we'll jump a little further into the game. Oh, also, this was great.
It had been a baptism by fire for the League's fleet. But now we'd tasted victory, and it was a flavor we liked. Though even in the midst of all that joy, there was bitter resentment against the Tsar. He tried to tear apart our homes, and we knew he'd only failed because his forces were spread too thinly. Perhaps he didn't quite expect the guts and passion that the League delivered, but now he knew what we were capable of. He would undoubtedly try again. Unless, of course, we got him first.
So you got this guy who sounds like James Earl Jones narrating in a space game. How awesome is that? And also, so what was also great is that you get those cutscenes for every one of these sets of missions. But you'll notice here that it's a total branching storyline. So there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 6 different endings to this game. Yeah, so there's 6 endings to this game, and it can go in a whole bunch of different directions depending on which missions you pass or fail. So the first time I played this game, I got crushed. Didn't know what I was doing and everything. Still learning how the game works. And we ended up, getting completely... I ended up getting a completely different experience. I got a very different story. I had no idea that all this other stuff happened. And it wasn't until I got better at the game that I learned the rest of the story. And, that's exciting. That's you don't see that happen very often. Branching storylines just don't happen. And, this is a great little tip. This is a 2-disc game, but all the missions exist on both discs. The only thing you need the other disc for is cutscenes, so we're going to skip it. And we just keep on playing. Also, I love a game that has, a unique loading screen, so these are great. You've seen both of them. That one of the ship leaving the hangar was the first type. And, yeah, the soundtrack for this game is great. Just, everything's awesome. Now look at the size of this sucker. God, I love the laser lances that fire out of these suckers and rip through each other. Ah, it's so cool. Alright, so this is a situation where I have anti-shield lasers, and then regular lasers or hull attack lasers. You can see there in the upper right that as each of these ships is highlighted, you know, you have its shield rating and whatnot. So, what's great about some of the weapons, this is later in the game, you gotta understand. Like the scattergun will just rip through all of it. Scattergun, easily one of my favorites. One of my favorite weapons. I should mention, there are 2 other games in this series. There is Colony Wars Vengeance, that's the sequel. In that one, you actually play as the Navy attacking the League. So it does that kind of classic change of perspective thing. And that one's pretty good. I still think that this is the best out of all of them. I feel like this one just has the most weight to it. You know, big ships feel big, and the explosions feel big and everything. That's not really the case in Vengeance. Everything feels light. It moves a lot faster, and I think that's actually to its detriment. That said, it's a lot of fun. I played through that a lot. Then there's Colony Wars Red Sun. All you need to know about Colony Wars Red Sun is don't play Colony Wars Red Sun. It's really not good. It's hard to even even elaborate on how disappointed I was in that game. It looks terrible. Oh no. Oh crap.
This is command. Destruction of enemy dreadnought aborted. Further losses cannot be sustained.
I totally blew it. I was supposed to be attacking this guy. But that's okay, because I want you to see how big this sucker is anyway.
Jump gate open.
Oh, also, jump gates. First time I'd ever seen something like this. That's so cool. Everything's cool. Everything about this game is cool. Go out and get it. You can get it for super cheap online. You know, like, I don't think this game was particularly successful, which is sad. And this is the game that I want to see come back. This is the series that I want to make a return to the HD generation. If they made a new version of this game, if they did like an HD remake, that'd be fine. I'd be cool with that. But really, I want to see a new game in this series. The saddest part about that is that this was developed by Psygnosis. They don't exist anymore. Good luck finding any of them. There was a guy online. I'll see if I can find the write-up on it and post a link in the description. There was a guy who actually found some of the people who worked on this and said that they would totally be interested in finding a way to make a new game in this series happen if somebody were to make it happen. So this is my call out to the internet. Make a new Colony Wars happen. Let's get on that. Find this, play this. I hope you love it as much as I did. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you all next time.